हम यूज करते क्यों? What are the benefits of using a design pattern? And first of all, what is design pattern? Design pattern is a solution, not a solution. It gives you a solution when you are going for developing the application. Design pattern gives you a solution. It provides a solution when you are going to develop the application. Your application needs memory, obviously, and thousand of users, lakh of users, million of users are accessing the application or using your application. So how your application is managing the memory. If you're because RAM, the size of the RAM cannot be infinite, obviously. Everyone is having certain amount of income to run the house, but demands never be fulfilled, obviously, because if you don't go for managing the memory, is called amount at your house or to run the house. So you have to have the use of credit card which can expire your life and your expenditure. What I'm trying to convince, when you go for developing the application, your application needs memory, right? And your application running and using the RAM and size of the RAM is never be infinite, never be infinite. So how you can manage the application such a way that it can utilize the memory management in such a way that other application running your same system should not hamper, because if your application is taking much more memory to run the program, what about the other programs? Fine. So design pattern is a solution. It gives you a solution how to optimize the memory, how to optimize the memory to run the application. Otherwise, memory cannot be infinite. Never ever. It cannot be infinite. Um, Just wait. It cannot be infinite. Right. So not only design pattern helps you to optimize the memory, it helps you in multiple aspects how you can develop the application which can gives you a better behavior, proper behavior of the application, and how you can achieve the standardization of those things like behavior, like memory, how to optimize the memory. Now, first of all, design pattern helps you at three stages. You can improve the application behavior. Three stages. The first is structural. So what is structural? Wait. Second is your behavioral. And third is creational. And most important is definitely creational, because the income of any human person cannot be infinite and demands never be fulfilled, obviously. And some wants become habits. If you have the habit to have something every month, to purchase every month, or it can meet up with your the expenditure and your the requirement. So design pattern is a solution. It can helps you at three stages: structural, behavioral, and the most important is called creational. Creational is called concern to memory. So I was discussing about the memory management because memory cannot be infinite. Income cannot be infinite. So what is structural? What is behavioral? What is creational? Take an example. I have the class SCL. Take an example. SCL space OBJ is equal to new SCL. One more example. Kid, your kid, my kid, kid space OBJ OBJ is equal to new kid. Think technically. Please don't talk anyone right now. Third example, demand space OBJ is equal to new demand. Right. Now, in this diagram, where is creational, where is structural, and where is behavioral? Just think technically. Beta class, look at the extreme left. The class is said to be structural. I'm requesting to all of you, write down. You will not get my knowledge somewhere in a book or in a YouTube. It's my 26 years of experience. So what is design pattern? Design pattern helps you how to optimize the memory. It's called creational. It helps you, it improves you how to improve the behavior of the application. It also helps you for a structural of the application. So when you write a class, class is said to be a structure. Object, Amita, Mishra, Bhatia sir, Amit, behavior. If I if you talk to your mother, look at your behavior. If you talk to me, your behavior. So object is basically said to be behavior. Can't you improve your behavior? Can't I improve my behavior? So your iterator pattern, your adapter pattern, your observable pattern comes under behavior, right? And obviously, look at new. Demand. Every kid needs new ball, new helicopter every month, a new, what you say, any kind of toys. He needs toys every month, or she needs toys every month. But being as a parents, I can't give every day a new toys. I can't. So this one is called creational. It's called creational. Otherwise, if I give, no problem at all. If Amita, being as a mother, can give the toys to the daughter every month, and now after that she will have a habit to have every month, and she will fight if she don't give. She can talk to Papa, you give it to me. So don't make a habit to your kid, I will give you tomorrow. Don't go for false commitments. Say, so I can't give you. So creational pattern is the right one. The right one. So if you look at right to left, the creational, then behavioral, and structure. Then the structure. So Fakar pattern, prototype pattern called shallow copy, deep copy. These comes under your structural, and the most important pattern is called, because polymorphism, how you can improve your behavior, your personality, your persona. So most of the important patterns are for a behavioral, observable, a strategy, right? Adapter. These are the major pattern comes under behavioral. So how you can improve the uh, a behavior of an object to support iteration. If I say for loop, for loop for a primitive data type. But if I say class Bhatia, so Bhatia is a user-defined data type. If I want to apply iteration over the Bhatia, I want to apply iteration for the Bhatia. I can't. So if I learn behavioral pattern, then I can apply the iteration for the Bhatia data type. It's called for each. So for each comes under your iterated pattern, right? Now, so strategy, I want to go Lajpat Nagar. Do find the shortest way to go Lajpat Nagar. Who can give me an idea? So I am staying in Lajpat. I can give you an idea how you can come from Noida to Lajpat Nagar. So, so behavior is basically which exhibit the object personality, how you behave yourself. Is called polymorphism, because one object can have, it has to have the different ways to exhibit his personality. So behavioral pattern like observable, adapter, strategy, these come as a behavior. I said creational. Don't say some once become habits. Sorry, I'm having two kids. That the first one is doing engineering from NIT Nagpur, right? So and second one is in class seventh. So sorry, Papa, I want a pizza. Okay, I can give you pizza today. I can give an order for the pizza today. And tomorrow, Papa, I want again pizza. Sorry, I can't better provide everyday pizza. Otherwise, he can have a habit to have to say like this. So some wants become habits, some wants become habits. And I will not, never allow to my kid can have the dependencies for the habits. So creational pattern is the most important pattern because when you go for developing the application, how your application is interacting to RAM to get the memory and provide it to your application. So your application should be smart and optimized to take a not less resource, optimize resource and return back to the return back to RAM. So your dispose pattern is the most important pattern comes under your garbage collection because writing new toffee, new bike, new laptop. अरे बाबा इतने पागल क्यों हो रहे हो? हमने तो पागल पर इतने बाप माँ में इतना नहीं देखा. हम लोग इतने पागल क्यों हो रहे हैं? आज नया मोबाइल, कल एक नया मोबाइल, आज मोबाइल टूट गया, फिर एक नया मोबाइल. मतलब इतने पैसे हैं क्या हम लोगों के पास? चलो हो भी गए हैं, बट ये पागलपन को आप नहीं रोकोगे तो ये कहाँ जाके रुकेगा? कहाँ जाके रुकेगा? कहीं नहीं रुकेगा. तो आप एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत करोगे अपने डिमांड्स को फुलफिल करने के लिए. यू नेवर अचीव द ओम्स लॉ कॉल्ड प्रोपोर्शनल, राइट? सो सो factory pattern, abstract factory pattern, I just said the word called dispose pattern, comes under creational. If someone asks what design pattern is, always go for writing this statement. So when you write a class, comes under structural class laptop, class motherboard, class Mishra, class. So class is for a structural, and when you create the class, you think for uh, the shallow copy, deep copy is called a prototype pattern. So in structural, the most important pattern is your prototype and facade. Behavior, I said class Bhatia space B is equal to new Bhatia. So can't I apply for each? There is one kid of having 10 years old. He can't move here. Why? I don't know, sir. He can't move. But it has to move. कहता है इसके पापा पेरेंट्स ने इसको दौड़ना नहीं सिखाया. उठो बेटे, वॉक करो. नहीं अंकल थक गए हैं. तुम वॉक करो जाके. मतलब you can't move, you can't go. It means your object is not capable to iterate over the data. It means for each can applied for hash table, dictionary, your not array, sorry, array list. These kind of classes support for each. And if I write class Subhas, class Sandeep, class Amit Khar, class Dilip, these kind of classes can't iterate over the data or for the data. It means my object can't iterate over the data. Disgusting. So learn the design pattern is called solution how your object can iterate over the data. It means I have the list and add. I have added 10, 20 records in a list object. I can apply for each. Oh yes, I can apply for each for my list data type. But what about Amita? What about Sandeep? What about your Mishra? These are also class. It means for each. Can't apply it for your class. Disgusting. It means look at the behavior of the object. It's so premature. It's so premature. You can't even though iterate for the data. बेटे जाओ गेट खोल के आओ सर मैं वॉक नहीं कर सकता क्यों क्या तुमको पेरेंट्स ने वॉक करना नहीं सिखाया तो वॉक क्या होता है मुझे नहीं पता इट मीन्स फॉर ईच इज ओनली कंपैटिबल फॉर और एप्लीकेबल फॉर द दिस काइंड ऑफ इनबिल्ट डेटा inbuilt classes like hash table dictionary but I want to apply my own iterated pattern for my user-defined iterable class Sandeep. So how Sandeep can iterate for the data? तो मुझे संदीप को सिखाना पड़ेगा बोलो कौन iterator pattern is called behavior. It's called behavior. It's called it's called behavior. Sure. Now, so finally, make a point. If someone asks you, what is design pattern? So basically, when we go for developing the application, my application, the first parameter is should take minimal memory to run the application. And as soon as if I close the application, how much memory I have taken from the RAM, it return back to the RAM immediately. Otherwise, other applications are running my system also get affected. Okay. So can you give me a solution how I can optimize the uh, application performance? So refer, do factory, creational. Okay. Now depends on the scenario. You can go for factory or abstract factory. To wait for tomorrow, I will discuss when to go for factory or when to go for abstract factory. Understand today why we require design pattern. First point. Second point. This is my object. Every application behaves as an object. And this object is carrying a lack of records. Because I'm connecting to database server and I'm fetching a record and my object is capable to hold all those data. But I can't apply the iteration over the records. So my object is carrying the data. I'm so unfortunate. My object is carrying the data. But I can't apply traversal for the data. Then who can apply traversal? List. But I don't want to use list for having the data. I want to make my class in such a way that my class object carry the data and my object is capable. My object is capable to iterate over the data. But unfortunately, my object is so sick and weak. It can only hold the data and by the dot operator, by the properties, we can get one element at one point of time. It means I can't apply for each for my user-defined data type. I can't apply for each for my object. Oh, disgusting. So again, do find the solution how you can enhance the object capabilities It can iterate over the data by learning your the iterator pattern, which comes under behavior. So think for creational. हर माँ और हर बाप अपने बच्चे को जन्म देता is called creational. अब उसके डिमांड डे बाई डे बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. कंट्रोल, कंट्रोल. Otherwise, some wants become habits. And what about the behavior? How you talk with yours? So second is called behavioral. Okay? And when you design the class, when you design the class, when you design the class, तो मेरे पास एक क्लास है, मान लो अमिता, और अमिता के पास कुछ वेरिएबल्स हैं और कुछ डेटा है, और मैंने कहा बेटे मुझे अपनी क्लास का डेटा दे देना. सर मैं नहीं दे पाऊंगी. अच्छा अमिता तुम्हारे पास कोई रिज्यूमे है बेटे, मुझे अपने रिज्यूमे दे दो, मैं उसको देख के बना लूंगा. सर मैं नहीं दूंगी. अरे यार तुम्हारी क्लास तो नहीं सपोर्ट करती है क्लोन को. इट मीन्स you can't apply cloning of your class. There is a table in database, there is a view in database. Oh my God, it means I have the actual or original mark sheet. I can't go for making a photocopy of my mark sheet. It means if I write a class, Amita, it has got three variables. So for a time being, give me a structure of your object. I can work as a roughly on this object. So please provide me clone. So I don't know how to apply the cloning. So please do provide the cloning feature to your object so that you can make a duplicate copy of your object. It's called shallow copy or deep copy. So what is shallow copy? When you have a class and ensure that every variable of a class is of primitive type. But किसी class के अंदर अगर कोई class आ गया तो इसको reference type. Class अमिता और class अमिता में class सुभाष. सुभाष is a reference type. इसकी क्लोनिंग हो पाएगी, इसका कॉपी बनेगा, या रेफरेंस पे खेलोगे आप. गो फॉर डीप कॉपी. सो डीप कॉपी एंड शैलो कॉपी comes under prototype. When you write a class document, class document, and look at even the word, MS Word, gives you a feature called save as. So I have the actual copy called Amita. I'm saving as Amita abc.doc. Save as is a feature. It gives you cloning of your real application. So even though Word supports cloning, what about your application? Okay, okay. आपके मोबाइल में कोई प्रॉब्लम है क्या? हाँ सर, उसको रिसेट कर लो. What is reset? Again keep in actual state or original state. आपने बच्चे को मोबाइल दे दिया, पूरा दिन उसने गेम डाउनलोड करते रहे, उसको रिसेट करो. Even though mobile has the having a reset feature. So if you write a class structural, तो मैं चाहता हूँ इस स्ट्रक्चर का कॉपी बना दो. That comes under prototype pattern. So cloning is the most important feature while designing your class. And there are two ways you can achieve cloning. One by shallow copy and second by deep copy. Shallow copy is good when class is carrying every variable as a primitive type. But if class is carrying any object of another class, then इस ऑब्जेक्ट के पास जो डेटा है एज ए रेफरेंस किसी के पास जाएगा. मैंने कहा बेटा बेटे एक काम कर, मुझे अपना तो क्रेडिट कार्ड दे दे. से बोला वो कितना कैश चाहिए आपको, मैं कैश दे देती हूँ, मैं क्रेडिट कार्ड नहीं दूंगी. आप रेफरेंस मत दो ना किसी को, आप उसको वैल्यू दो. तो शैलो कॉपी में वैल्यू जाएगा. बट किसी क्लास में अगर किसी और क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट है, एज ए रेफरेंस जाएगा वो. ओके. सो डीप कॉपी हम लोग यूज करते हैं जब किसी क्लास में किसी और क्लास का रेफरेंस यूज हो रहा है. एंड शैलो कॉपी एंड डीप कॉपी comes under your comes under your प्रोटोटाइप पैटर्न. तो आपको कम से कम दो मिनट तक, मेरा बोलते बोलते तो आधा घंटा से ऊपर हो गया, आपको 2 या 3 मिनट तैयार करना है. व्हाट इज क्रिएशनल पैटर्न, व्हाट इज बिहेवियरल पैटर्न, एंड व्हाट इज स्ट्रक्चरल पैटर्न. सो क्लोनिंग इज द फीचर ऑफ योर प्रोटोटाइप पैटर्न by two ways, shallow or deep copy. your iterator, your strategy, observable comes under your behavioral. ठीक है? You're watching someone activities is again a behavioral and new. I can't give every time new. So prevent from instantiation every time is called singleton example. The best example called singleton as an immutable object, as immutable because you can't change the state of the object as immutable, as immutable. So who is immutable? A string builder is immutable, but what about class Bhatia? Class Bhatia is not immutable. So how you can make any object as immutable? So that if you make any object as immutable, you can't change the state of an object as a singleton pattern. कैसा रहा बच्चों? मैं बोलता रहूंगा तो 12 बज जाएगा.
नहीं सर, एकदम बहुत सही सर।
अब बोलते रहेंगे तो और बैच भी हैं. कैसा रहा अमिता? कैसा रहा बेटा?
अच्छा सर, बहुत बढ़िया सर।
ग्रेट सर, ग्रेट सर।
चलो
ऐसा
बाय
रहता सर, आपको बस सुनते ही रहे।
बाय. चलो अभी बैच डेली होगा बेटा. मेरे मिश्रा ने ऐसी बात कल बोल दी है तो मुझे करना इस बच्चे की. देखते हैं जॉब कैसे लगता है. तब ये बैच फिक्स हो गया. चलो बाय बाय. अब मेरे नेक्स्ट बैच है